We are going to talk today about the automation of the photo culling for high-volume photography. To be more specific, we are going to discuss how using QR code can now be fully integrated with an AI photo culling software to increase the productivity of the photographer. I am going to show you how this is possible in the software Futura Photo. But let's talk first quickly about QR code and high-volume photography before the demo. I suppose you are familiar with using QR code when shooting different subjects. But just to remind the general concept, the idea is to generate and print QR code before or during the event and take a picture of it right before starting the shooting of the subject itself. Each subject is identified by a QR code. After the shoot, the photographer is uploading each subject images starting by the QR code to make the images available to the customer. The same software is creating the QR code and reuses data to set up the gallery of images. The photographer can therefore be more productive. This is very helpful for headshot at school, for instance, for events photography, for wedding photography, and much more. As soon as you need to shoot many subjects the same day, one QR code per subject and one gallery of images for one QR code will streamline your workflow. There is several software we can generate QR codes and let you upload the images to a website where the customers can buy the images. I let you search and try some of them if you are not using one yet. That said, the culling of the images right after the photo shoot is still needed. For this subject, for instance, let me show you here. There is no reason to keep all images, either because the quality may not be at the level you need, or just because there are too many and they are too similar. Since a few years, photo culling software can help on this task, but when you are using QR codes, the culling must be done for each subject. In fact, the images of each subject are members of a different shoot and should be treated as such. Let me give you the overview of what the software is doing to the images. From images downloaded to a folder, the source folder here, the software needs to split the shoots, one smaller shoot per QR code, and needs to analyze each shoot to remove the images automatically which don't need to be uploaded to the e-commerce portal of the photographer. If we focus at the first step, let's consider a folder where the photographer will have downloaded all the images of an event, whatever it may be, with many subjects. Futura Photo is going to detect the QR codes images and will segment the shoots one per subject. So if you take images of similar subjects, as the culling will be done per subject only, the result will be what you need. No duplicate will be detected between two different subjects, for instance, even if they look the same. For each subject, the software is going to analyze the images and will go through different tests customized for the needs of the photographer. Images will be put in categories, those to upload to be sold to the customers, and those to be archived. So, how does this work in real life? Let's now demonstrate this on Futura Photo. In Futura Photo, the user must first choose the source files folder. This folder is embedding all the images of all subjects and the QR code images. The user must also choose the destination and the archive folders, where images that have passed or failed the different quality tests will be moved. The next step is to choose which rules are enabled or disabled and how to configure them. We don't cover this part in this video. You will find below the video links to other tutorials which are explaining in details how the rules are working. We can now start the analysis. As you can see, Futura Photo is starting to detect as a first step the QR code images, like here or here. The analysis can now start for each subject. Futura Photo will analyze each image and, depending on the needs of the photographer, will execute the rule to define which images to archive or to move to an online portal to be sold to the customer. The rules can be related to detecting the eyes closed, measuring the local maximum sharpness, and define whether it is at the level needed or not. Detect, therefore, blur images, underexposed ones, and group together images to finally discard typically at least half of them. But how much you want to discard and how much you want to keep is totally customizable. When the analysis is done, you can check the results. For instance, if you go to the duplicates and you prefer to discard this one and to keep that one, very easy. Okay, now you can apply the results. So this will move to the destination and archive folder the images of the source folder. And you can decide to keep or not the source folder. Okay, this is done. If you have a closer look at the destination folder, let me show you. Here we go. You can see that the images are grouped in subfolders according to the QR codes. So one QR code for one subject. Okay, you can now upload these images to your e-commerce solution, so your portal, and start selling them. If you have any question, or if you want to know more about that, you can contact us directly on our website.